details in the chat box in the maybe. So introduction about myself. I'm Dhanush. I have more than 17 years experience in SAP S4 HANA, and I have worked with various industries, various countries, and even for multiple. Even I can say I work with Infosys, Wipro, TCS, and even IBM also. And so about this implementation project. So this is like the currently the industry, right? In the client side, how we are going to execute the greenfield implementation project, the same deliverable. So we are going to execute the project as for the students. Okay, so I think we know what is activate methodology and what are the project deliverables here, right? And so how we are going to execute our greenfield implementation projects. So the motive is here. So we have this implementation project with all the module. So we have material management, we have sales and distribution, we have production planning and project system, warehouse management, extended warehouse management. So we have all the modules we are executing. And we have more than 7 to 10 years we are into this field, and we are doing a implementation project for the trainees. And so we have already currently we have 4 batches is going on, and regularly, so every month they are used to start the implementation projects. And so this is like a completely online training program. And so what we are going to discuss about this demo session is like how the implementation project, what are the deliverables the consultant we are going to deliver in the customer side. Okay, so we are going to execute explain about all the deliverables one by one. And if you have any queries, so we will have after the demo session. So just for 45 minutes we have a demo session now. So after that, if you have any queries, you can ask me one by one. So I will explain about the methodology and the deliverable in the phase 5 phase. Okay, so we know activate methodology, right? So in SAP S4 HANA, so we have, there is a methodology we call activate methodology, and we are executing with IBM global template. So how we are going to deliver all the SAP Greenfield implementation project deliverable with IBM global templates. I will share you the sample documents also. And this implementation project, why we need SAP implementation projects is required. So most of them we know, the any interview, even though you are working or have 10 years experience in SAP, but you don't have any implementation project experience. And so we couldn't able to switch over into implementation project. Maybe we are working with TCS or we are working with Infosys, even the big companies also we are doing for the complete support related activities. So you couldn't able to move for the implementation project team, right? So this implementation project really will helpful for that people who you already become a consultant and you want to switch over into implementation project, and people who already completed training and they can also easily can get into SAP, maybe the MNC companies also. So how you can update your CV as an implementation consultant, and what are the deliverables you are going to do in the implementation project, that is what we are going to discuss here. And the real time, so we have 1 year implementation project, and the same way like what are the deliverables and how many days we are going to deliver, and the quality of document and everything we are going to be discussed now. Okay, so first we are going to talk about the pre-project deliverables. Okay, so once you join for the implementation projects, so first we are going to provide the pre-project deliverables, so which means like so most of them they already completed training, but they couldn't able to execute any business process. So for them, so we have an internal consultant, so for all the modules, so they will assist you for the first 1 week. So how to do the configurations, how to execute the business process, how to prepare the document, and how to demonstrating to the customer. Okay, so that kind of initial exposures you will be getting, even though you are not comfortable. I have 6 months before I have started my training, but I don't have any basic configuration exposure. So definitely they will help you in this case. So that is as a pre-project first 1 week. So this activity will be starting for you. Then second, yes, they provide the SAP server access, and in this server you can able to execute all the business process with help of our internal consultant, like all module consultant will assist you. And along with that, we are going to execute with the integration exposure also. Integration with like how MM and SD integrating, what all the business process, how FI is integrating, what is the accounting document. So like that, like the whole end-to-end implement cross module process also we are going to be execute. and we are going to discuss about the activate methodology. Okay, so I'm going to discuss about that. So what is activate methodology and what are the deliverables, right? So why activate methodology is required? So for example, if you want to build any construction, so we have the phase by phase we are going to execute the project. The same way in implementation project, in S4 HANA implementation project also, so we have a phase by phase activity. So first we have a discover phase, so then we have a prepare phase, so then we have a explore phase, realize phase, deployment phase, and the run phase. So what are all the activity we are going to do it? So not a theoretical here, and this project completely practical. So what you are going to deliver in this implementation project from day one is like complete practical oriented, training and practical oriented exposure. You guys in your module, you are the lead, you are going to prepare the document and you are going to deliver. Okay, so we know the implementation project is like only the configuration. So as of now, we are thinking that I know the basic configuration in my module, and so I'm not getting the job, which means out of 10, so configuration is 1 point, that's it. I can say out of 10, so you can say 1 point we have, but still there are another 9 points which is related to the other deliverable. So that is what we are going to discuss now. So only the configuration which are not going to helpful. So but along with that, what other phases, what other deliverable we should know how to execute in the projects. Okay, so activate methodology phases we discussed, like discover phase, preparation phase, and explore phase, realize phase, and the deployment and run phases. Okay, so we will see the detailed document what we are going to be deliver in the phase by phase. So generally the discover phase, the consultant activities will be very less here. So suppose the client is expecting there is some critical process which they want. Let's say there is a retail industries, or they have any kind of construction companies, they wants to execute some kind of standard process. So in this case, as a consultant, we are going to execute the business process, right? So the customer can apply for some free trial solutions. So in that we can able to demonstrate with all the business process, and then uh, finally will customer will finalize that okay, whether this process is okay for us, or whether any kind of customization solution is required. So just for the understanding the business requirements in the discover phase, the high level they are going to be discussed, but very less activity for the consultant. So prepare phase, okay, what is prepare phase here? So preparation phase, we have actually there is a the scope document, right? So we call it as a as is document. So once you join for the project, so what will happen? So we have the scope document from the client perspective. So we have the scope document like MM, WM, EWM, SD, FICO, PP, PM, QM, CS modules. We have the scope document. So this scope document will be provided to you, and you will understand what all the business process currently they are following, right? So what is scope document? So scope document is nothing but current business process. So they are for, maybe they have currently they are using for Oracle system, or they are using for some JD Edwards system, or they might be using for Ramco ERP system. So whatever ERP doesn't matter, right? So they will provide as per the current business process. So we will share with you the scope document as a as is document, so which contains about what all the company code they want to implement, and what all the master data currently they have, and what all the business transaction. If you talk about like MM module, so what all the uh, the P2P related process, like if they have any project systems, if they have a plant maintenance, if they have production PP module, so what all the procurement, so all the process has to be identified that. Okay, so let me share some of the scope document for you to better understanding. So then we will come to know, okay, so this doc based on this scope document, so as a consultant we are going to prepare the BPML document.
तर
Okay.
पावसात भिजत शिवरिंग थांबलेलं चालेल एक वेळ, पण असं अनोळखी माणसाबरोबर जायचं नाही.
Okay, so based on the scope document, so we are going to prepare the, so yeah, Srikant, could you mute someone? Okay, so based on the as is document, so based on the as is document, so we are going to prepare the BPML. So what is BPML? Anyone knows what is BPML? Anybody? I think some of them they are already working as a consultant. And could you explain what is BPML?
Business process master list.
Okay, so what does
List
it
of all
contain?
the business processes.
Okay, so how you will
Means
identify?
including
Okay, see BPML stands for
from
is a business process master list. Okay, so how The business process master list, which contains about the list of process, right? What is list of process? So suppose the company they wants to implement SAP, and what all the business process currently they are following based on the scope document or based on the as-is document. So we are going to prepare the BPML document. Okay. So the BPML is nothing but the list of process. So what all the business process we are going to be implemented. So what basis we are going to decide based on the as-is document, based on the scope document, right? Okay. So after that we are going to prepare the rise up objects. Okay, anybody knows what is rise up objects? So generally in the implementation project for all the module, like we have a forms, we have a reports, we have interfaces, we have workflow, we have a conversion, right? So these are all the type of technical objects in SAP we call as a rise up objects. Okay, so as a consultant, what we need to do? So based on the scope document, and we need to address what all the currently they have the smart forms. Okay, for example, you are into MO module. So in the MO module, we have the purchase order printout. So we have a GRN printout, goods issue printout, vendor return printout, and service entry sheet printout. Right. So like that, there are some even the physical inventory also you can take the printout. Same thing like SD module also. They will create the sales order, then they will take the printout. But SAP they have provided standard template, standard printout is there, but we cannot use the standard printout, right? Because standard printout we don't have, the customer, I mean logo, the address details cannot be in a proper way. So what we do first as a consultant, we are going to collect what all the document you want to print it. Okay, so module wise, right? Even EWM, even for PP, PS, PM module also we have to address what all the list of smart forms we are going to be printed, right? So then we are going to get it. Do you have what are all the gaps, right? So gaps is nothing but so during this preparation phase we are not going to collect any gaps actually. So during the fit to standard workshop, so we are going to address what are the gaps. So the gaps might be interfaces, the gaps might be the enhancements, the gaps might be there are some kind of customized reports also, right? So these are all the requirements as a functional consultant, so we need to address in the preparation phase. Okay, so this is what we are going to discuss in the preparation phase. Maybe I can share you some of the sample documents. So how this scope document will helpful. Like so we have so there is a as-is document. Okay. So here like the module wise they will give you the sample scope document also. So this scope document which contains about all the business process, right? So as I told you, so what all the business process currently they have, right? So this document which clearly mention with all the business process, like what all the master data, what all the organization structure, and what all the business process also. They will explain with a detailed process flow diagram. So let me just go with some sample process flow diagram also, just for understanding purpose. Okay. For example, this is for uh, yeah. So this is related to your material master, right? So this is related to your material master creations. Okay. So how the material master they are going to create it currently? So then there is a requester. Okay, there is a requester is going to identify the requirement of the material. So then they are going to check whether the material master is available in the their system. If the material is not available, okay, so what will happen? So they will submit the request, right? So there is a BU procurement is one of the department who is going to create the material master. Okay, once the material master is created, so then it will go for the then they are going to validate the material master. There is nothing but approver, right? So generally what will happen if any kind of business material master data in SAP, we don't have any kind of approval process, right? So we don't have any kind of approval process. So but currently client is requested that okay, whenever I'm creating the material master, so the requester is identify that the material is not available, so he will submit the request to the BU procurement, and BU procurement will create the material master. Then it will goes to the central sourcing team who is going to approve the material master, right? So for example, why material master they want to approve? So the material master which contains about so many information, right? So for example, we have a basic data. So purchase related, material management module specific data we are going to maintain like a basic data. We have a purchase data, then we have a plant data storage 1, storage 2. Same thing, sales and distribution module data we are maintaining, and same thing for MRP related, production related data we are going to maintain, and same thing like accounting related information we are maintaining. So some of them they have to fine tune that, okay, whatever the data which they have maintained in the material master all are accurate, right? So that is the reason they are asking the BU procurement has to create it, and there is a central sourcing department who maybe there is a manager, they are going to validate and approve. Then the mail communication will goes to the requester. Okay, so end of the day what will happen, so this process, they given this requirement as a consultant, you are into MM or SD or FI, so you are going to understand the requirement, right? So this is nothing but your as is document. So based on the as is document, so every business process they are going to provide all the requirement here, right? So when you talk about like so this is related to your vendor master. So like even all the procurement process also they have given with the process flow diagram and they explained in detailed way. So we need to, okay, so this is related to, let's say for purchase requisition for the capex procurement. Okay, how currently they are going to create the capex procurement here. So that process also they have explained. So here again there is a FICO is going to be integrated, MO module also, they are going to execute the process. So the scope document, we have more than 200-250 pages document is there. So as a consultant, like all module consultant, you have to go through your module specific scope document and you have to understand all the business requirements. Okay, so every process flow diagram you have to go through that, and based on that you have to understand, okay, currently they have asset procurement process, so currently they have, there is a stock material procurement, currently they have production specific subcontracting process they have, and plant maintenance specific material and service procurement they have, and project specific there is a material and service procurement they have. So like that we need to identify stock transfer, intercompany stock transfer, like that all the list of process you have to identify based on the scope document only, right? So now this document is the bible for individual module consultant. So you have to go through the scope document and you have to identify the list of process. So based on that only we are going to prepare the BPML, right? So I think we discussed what is BPML, right? So let me explain, share the BPML document. Okay, so this BPML document, yeah, so this is the, so MO module there is a BPML document. So like see, every module there is a template they will provide you. Okay, this is not the finalized process. So now based on the template, right, so as a consultant you need to prepare the list of process. So what basis you will prepare the BPML document, right? So this BPML document is one of the key deliverable to the client. Yes, we have identified that these are all the list of process based on the scope document, right? So like that each and every module, so you have to prepare the BPML, then you have to submit, right? You cannot directly copy paste as it is, right? So this is just a template I'm just sharing with you. So based on the scope document, you have to go on through all the 200 and 250 pages of the business process, and you have to prepare the BPML document. So the BPML which contains the high level business process, right? There is no any kind of theoretical way of writing and all, nothing. So just they are going to identify there is a stock material procurement. So then there is a, there is a non-stock material procurement, service procurement, asset procurement, subcontracting, stock transfer. So like that they are going to identify all the business process in all the modules. Okay, so I think the preparation phase, whatever we discussed, I think I have done now. So let me go through for the explore phase now, right? So for the explore phase now, what we are going to deliver, right? So explore phase is more important for the consultant, right? So here what you are going to deliver it, right? So this project you are not going to do any kind of theoretical work here, right? So you are going to work as a consultant and you are going to prepare this document yourself, right? So we are not going to prepare any kind of BPML on behalf of you, and we are not going to prepare any kind of scope document on behalf of you, right? So everything as a consultant you are going to work and you are going to deliver in this implementation projects. Okay, what is explore phase? So explore phase we have to demonstrate the fit to standard workshop. Okay, what is fit to standard workshop? So now as a consultant we identify these are all the list of process which currently client they are following, we need to implement. So that we have identified as the BPML process. So now we are going to prepare the fit to standard workshop. Okay, what is fit to standard workshop? So based on SAP best practices, so we have to prepare the fit to standard workshop PowerPoint presentation document. So we identified MM module 35 process. We identified SD module, there are 30 process. We identify PP module, there are 25 process. We identified FICO module, there are 40 process. So for these 40 process, we need to prepare the fit to standard workshop document. And this workshop, we have to demonstrating to the customer. The same thing you are also going to be do here. So you are we will share you the template and we will guide you how to write the process flow diagram, how to prepare your PowerPoint presentation, everything we will assist you, and you have to prepare this, and you are giving a demonstration to the customer. Okay, so after the workshop is completed, okay, once you prepare the fit to standard workshop, so then you are going to prepare the business blueprint. So everyone knows business blueprint is the legal document, right? So until and otherwise, the customer is not reviewed or customer is not signed off your BBP, like your module MMSD of any module, so you cannot proceed further, right? The explore phase cannot be completed. So maybe some of the project they will take 6 months, some of the project they taken even for completing the blueprint itself 9 months. It goes like that, because if you are not understand their client requirements, so in this case they will not agree. So how you are going to give a solution, right? Everything they will expect. So now the blueprint also is one of the Bible for us, and this is one of the legal documents. And once it gets signed off, okay, what are all the information which contains your blueprint? So that we will see, right? Okay, so after that we are going to identify the gaps. Okay, what is gaps? So gaps is nothing but so the standard SAP process which are not meet the requirement. Okay, for example, I'm going to create the sales order, I'm going to create the delivery, I'm going to create the invoice, finally I'm going to receive the payment from customer. So this is standard ST process. But here what happened, currently customer they are telling that I have a weight bridge system. So whenever my truck is going to that the crusher, and they are going to fill that aggregate material and they are sending to the customer, right? So now that system is only they are going to put the weight. So system is only going to put the weight and going to check with that, okay, my empty truck is, let's say, for 5 metric ton, and the loaded truck it will be, let's say, for 45 metric ton. So what is the actual weight? So this weight will not be measured by the human. So this weight will be measured by the weight bridge system. So system automatically connecting to in the interfaces is going to be the data is coming from the weight bridge system to SAP S4 HANA, and the system is automatically posting the post goods issue here. So now this kind of requirement also we need to address, and we need to prepare the interfaces. Okay, that is, this is nothing but between two different systems. So there is a data, maybe inbound, outbound, right? So data is going from SAP to weight bridge system, data is coming from weight bridge system to SAP. So these kind of the data mapping we call it as a interfaces, right? So that is called as a right gap. So like that, there are each module in this project you are going to get minimum 5 to 10 gaps. You are going to prepare it, you are going to prepare the functional specification, you are going to identify those gaps, you are going to address what are the gaps in the project. So this exposure also you are going to be getting in the implementation project here. So that is what we mentioned. So then there is a data migration approach. Okay, most of them they know in the RISE object. C stands for conversion, right? WRIC, stands for conversion. What is conversion? Every module there is a master data, right? If you are into PP module, there is a bill of material, work center, routing. So then open production order, this is nothing but open item. The same thing like FICO module also, we have a GL master, vendor master, customer master, asset master, bank master, GL open item, vendor open item, bank open item, asset open item, right? So these are all the data we need to upload into SAP. Why I need to upload this data? So because currently they have a ERP system, last 10 years, 15 years, they are they have all the records. So how you can upload into SAP? So that is called as a conversion, right? That is called as a conversion. So we don't want to prepare any functional specification. So we don't want to prepare any functional specification. So in SAP they provide, there is a migration cockpit tool. Okay, what is migration cockpit tool? So this is in SAP ECC, we have, there is a BDC, we have LSMW, we have a BAPI. So we are uploaded those kind of data. But when it comes to SAP S4 HANA, the SAP they have automated this process, and we don't want any technical module consultant assistance, right? So you will get the exposure how to upload this master data and transaction data in SAP. So how you will get the exposure? We will assist you. We will give you the training also during the cutover activities, and how you can able to download the templates, how you can able to fill the data, then you can able to upload the master data and transaction data, right? So that is what in the data migration approaches and strategy we have to discuss here. So then we are going to discuss about the final master data template. Okay, why final master data template we have to finalize? Because so during the explore phase you have to share the data to customer, because customer will prepare the data and they have to download, then they have to send it. Maybe this will take a month's time, so they will not give you, if you give the template next day they will not give you. So this will take a month time. So during the explore phase, as a consultant, you need to make sure download the template from migration cockpit tool for all the master data like material master and vendor master, info record, open purchase order, open purchase contract, open sales order, or even for all the master data and transaction data we have to download it, and this template you have to give it to customer, and customer will fill the data, then he will give it to back, right? So that is the master data template also we have to finalize. Then there is a roles and authorizations. Okay, what is roles and authorizations? So roles and authorization is more important when there is a user acceptance testing. Okay, so we know actually each and every module. So there is a maybe if I let me open one of the document for roles and authorizations. So here like yeah, roles and authorizations. Let me just share you. Okay, for example, when you talk about like each and every module, so there are multiple departments are there, right? Okay, see why the roles and authorization is required, because suppose you talk about like material management module. In material management module, there is a master data team is there. So then there is a kind of requisitioner who create the purchase requisition. Maybe there is a end user department is there. So then there is a department manager is there. So then there is a purchaser is there. There is a department called purchaser who create the day-to-day purchase orders. So then there is a purchase manager is there. So then there is a warehouse clerk is there. So then warehouse manager is there. Then accounts payable accountant is there. Accounts payable account manager is there, right? So these are all the sub department in your module, right? So accountant comes under FICO module, but rest of the module like master data team or requisitioner or end user or department manager, purchaser, purchase manager, warehouse clerk, warehouse manager. So these are all the sub department in your module. So as a consultant, you need to prepare what all the Fiori apps we need to be assigned, what are all the transaction code we need to be assigned to the respective department. So that kind of roles and authorization we need to prepare it, right? So how to prepare these roles and authorization, where we can get all the Fiori apps. So these kind of training, everything they will give you during the implementation project for you. Okay. So I think yeah. So then next I will explain about the blueprint actually. So how to prepare the business blueprint, right? So for example, when we are talking about like business blueprint, so every module, so we have, there is a structure of the blueprint, right? So every module there is a structure of uh, yeah. So here like every module, so for example we have, there is a structure of the business blueprint. So suppose when you talk about like MMSDFI in the business blueprint, first you have to explain about the detailed business requirements. So then we have to explain about what is the as is process and what is the to be business process and what are the key process flow in that particular process, right? So then we have to explain about what are the gaps in the process and what all the configurations are there and what are the layout requirements, right? For example, you are going to prepare the accounts payable scenario. In the accounts payable, suppose you have the vendor payment or you have the check printing is there. So so these kind of layout also you need to collect from the customer. So then we are talking about like there is a integration with other module, right? So when you are talking about FICO, let's say they are going to procure the asset they are going to procure it. So in this case, how this MM and FI module they are going to be integrated, right? So all the integration point also you have to update in your business blueprint. So then we have to talk about the standard reports. Okay, what is standard reports? So in every business process, right? Already we discussed what are the key process flow. Start from invoice creation, maybe the down payment request, then down payment, then invoice posting, then payment. Okay, so the complete key process. So what are the requirements in SAP? They have given every transaction there is a reports. When you're talking about your master data, for example, you have a GL master, you have a vendor master, you have a customer master. Simultaneously, you will get the report also. The same way, every business transaction, you are creating the invoice and you will get the list of invoice documents. Maybe the invoice gets blocked, so you will get the blocked invoice also. Maybe the invoice get posted, you can get the posted. So the status wise report, everything SAP they have given. So that is also you need to address in the blueprint. So then we are going to talk about the authorizations. Okay, what is security and authorizations? So this is what we have discussed now, right? So roles and authorization and the security both are same. So each and every module there are sub department. When you are talking about FICO module, there is accountant, accounts manager, then master data team, then accounts payable manager, asset manager, bank. So like that, we have a sub department is there. Okay, so for this sub department, so we need to yeah, so we have to prepare the roles, and these roles in the security authorization also you have to update in the business blueprint, right? So this is nothing but one sample blueprint template I'm just given. The same way you will creating the business blueprint like all the 35-40 process what you have identified in the BPML. So you are going to prepare the business blueprint here. So this exposure also you are going to prepare it, right? Nothing is copy paste here, and we are not going to give preparing any blueprint on behalf of you. So end of the day you will come to know how to prepare the business blueprint in your module. Okay, so that exposure also you will be getting, and we are going to review the blueprint, and finally how to get the sign off from the customer. The whole exposure you will be getting in the explore phase. Okay, so let me yeah, so then I will move to the next phase. So now we are talking about the realization phase. Okay, realization phase is nothing but is configurations. Okay, so now as I told you initially, I know the configuration. Now I want to become a consultant. So that one point we discussed that your work is starting from here only, right? So the configuration activities, based on the KDS, right? KDS stands for key data structure. So you have to identify what all the company code, what are all the plant, purchase organization, sales organization, purchasing group, purchase organization, right? All the KDS first has to be identified in organization level. So master data level, what all the material type, what all the account category reference, what all the valuation class, what all the number ranges, what all the customer vendor GL account group number ranges. So everything first has to identify. So then there is a document type. When you're talking about purchase requisition, RFQ, quotation, comparison, purchase order, purchase contract, GR and invoice, all the document type. And so what are the different purchase requisition document type, stock material procurement, non-stock material procurement, and stock transfer, intercompany stock transfer, intra-company stock. So based on the process, we will identify the document type, and then we will assign the number ranges also, correct? So these are all the KDS like a pricing procedure and tax procedure, payment terms, customer payment terms, vendor payment terms, all the KDS has to be identified. So then only you have to start the configuration. So they provide the server to you and you have to do the configurations. Okay. So once the baseline configuration is completed, then you have to prepare the configuration document. Okay. What is configuration document? Because this is the client deliverable document. Okay. So once you have the completed the configurations, so you need to prepare the step-by-step configuration document, then you need to deliver this to client. So then we have to make sure that your data readiness, right? So data readiness in your testing environment. So then we are going to discuss about the test scripts actually, right? So the realization phase, the actual activity, you have to complete your configuration, you have to make sure your unit testing and test scripts has to prepare. Okay, so how to prepare the unit testing test scripts, how to prepare the integration testing test scripts, how to prepare the user acceptance testing test script, right? So these are all the test scripts we will guide you, and you have to prepare all your BPML 35 business process you already addressed. Based on that you have to prepare the test scripts. Okay, so these exposure also you will be getting here. So after that you have to execute the unit testing. Okay, what is unit testing? So we know the landscape of the system, right? We have a development system, quality system, and production system. So the unit testing will be executed in development system, and the integration testing will be executed in quality system, and user acceptance testing will be done by quality system. Okay, so unit testing will be done by individual module consultant. Unit testing will be done by individual module consultant. Okay, integration testing will be done by cross module consultant. Okay, so what is integration testing? What is unit testing, right? So only your module specific process you have to execute, right? Based on the BPML process we already addressed. So we have every module we address the list of process. So all the list of process we need to execute in your module. So that is nothing but individual module consultant have to execute all the business process based on the BPML in development server. So that is unit testing. Okay, what is integration testing? So this integration testing, we have to prepare the test scripts. For example, there is a make to order. Let's say they are going to manufacture, there is a aggregate material. So this aggregate material, let's say there is a fabrication manufacturing. So this fabrication manufacturing based on the customer requirements, they are going to manufacture. So finally, they are going to procuring this. There is a plate and kind of steel plate materials also from the external vendor. So finally, internally, they are going to manufacture. So once the production is confirmed, then they are going to sending to the customer. Correct? So this complete process you have to write the test scripts. So create sales order inquiry, quotation, inquiry, sales order, quotation creation, then MRP execution, then planned order creation, then purchase requisition creation, convert planned order to production order, convert purchase requisition to purchase order, approval of purchase order, then create goods receipts, then we are going to after goods receipt we are issue the material to production order. So after that confirm the production order, then receive the final product from production order, then customer delivery to customer, right? Delivery, post, sales order delivery to customer, post goods issue, then customer invoice payment receipt. So the whole process, this is I'm telling one process. Like that we have integration testing every minimum we have a 20-30 process will be there. So the driven program, module specific, they have to prepare the test scripts, and we have to execute with all the cross module consultant. Okay, so here we are going to execute in the quality system. So integration testing will be executed in the quality system with all the consultant, not individual module consultant. Okay, so individual module consultant will execute all the business process in development system, that is unit testing. But here the integration testing, right? I'm talking about like how, say, SD module they are involving, how production planning module they are involving for make to order process, how procurement department they are procuring the material based on this production order requirements, how warehouse team, right, warehouse clerk is receiving the material and issuing the material. So finally how that final product they are going to receive from, then they are going to deliver it to customer, how accounts department they are going to receive the money from customer. Like that the whole end-to-end cycle has to be tested. So this exposure is more important for consultant here, right? So why this is more important? So during the interview point of view also they will ask you, so they will ask you, not only your module, could you tell me how your module, right, this particular process is linking to your SD module? Could you tell me what all the configuration steps are there? Could you tell me what is the accounting impact? So they will ask you other module configuration also. Even though that integrations will be done by FICO module, they will ask you, could you tell me what is the accounting key? Could you tell me what is the accounting documents? So these kind of technical questions they will ask you. So that is the reason here all the module consultant they are joined together, they are executing the process, and not only your module, you will get other module also, the integration exposure also you will be getting here. So now everything we have done now. So I have completed my business blueprint, I have done my configurations, I have done my unit testing, integration testing. So now we have to go for the show and tell session. Okay, what is show and tell session? So this show and tell session will be executed by individual module consultant to the client directly. So here like all the module people will be there, like client side there is a, if you are talking about SD module, then sales team will be there, end user department will be there, and CEO, CFO, everybody will be there in the conference. So you need to execute the business process, right? So you need to execute all the business process to the customer, and customer will ask you so many questions, why this document type you are using, and why this particular sales organization you are using, why these kind of pricings you are going to determine. So all the n number of questions will be there. So this exposure also more important for you. So here you customer is you satisfied, and customer is giving some new requirements, everything you have to address. Then we have to prepare, then we have to make sure whether all the discussed points, right, there is a minutes of meeting. So these are also we are going to prepare, then we are going to deliver to customer. Okay, so that is more important. In show and tell session, every module consultant you are going to demonstrate the process to customer in SAP system. Okay, so then we are going to talk about the training material. Okay, what is training material? So this is for the end user. Okay, so end user, he doesn't know anything about SAP. So he never seen SAP screen. Maybe you are master, but you need to give a training to end user, right? So you need to prepare how to create the material master, how to create the vendor master, how to create the GL master, how to create the bill of material, work center routing, production order, goods receipt, goods issue, confirm the. So all the business transaction you have to prepare in a user manual document. So this user manual document you have to prepare. Then second, you need to give a training to the end user. So third, then we have to execute the UAT. Okay, what is UAT? We discussed unit testing, integration testing, right? The third one is a user acceptance testing. So this user acceptance testing will be done by end user, super user, manager, CEO, CFO. They are going to approve the order also, right? So now the client side only they are going to execute, they are going to confirm, yes, these are all the process working fine, and these are all the process there are some error, and these are all the process there are some correction is required. Okay, so now this end user testing, user acceptance testing, before executing UAT, you need to prepare the user manual document. So that we will share you the template document, how to prepare it, everything training will provide you. So then you have to prepare that, you have to conduct the training workshop. So you have to execute, how to execute the business process, we need to guide them. So then that kind of exposure also more important. So once these two activities are done, right, training material, then end user training is done, then we will execute the UAT in the quality system. Okay, so now after that, we are performing UAT with end user, super user, manager. So finally there is a Q gate is sign off, right? So this realization phase again is more important. And in this realization phase, let me share, so what all the document is more important for us. So there is one of the document I explained, there is a KDS, right? So here okay, so here blueprint, let's say for yeah, so we have the test scripts also, right? So for all the, we talk about unit testing, integration testing, user acceptance testing also. So like every module, so we have to prepare the test script first. Okay, so how to prepare the unit testing? So unit testing, like this is one of the sample process, right? So they are going to prepare what all the step by step process, and what is the document number, which T code you are executed, maybe Fiori apps or T code, like that you have to prepare the test scripts here, right? So these test scripts you have to prepare it. So then, so we need to uh, okay, so after that we are okay, we have, there is a master data template, that cutover activities will be there. Okay, so then let me just open, there are some sample documents. Okay, so I discussed about the KDS document, right? Before starting the configuration, so how to prepare the KDS, right? So let me just open some of the sample KDS documents. So here, like yeah, so they are going to discuss about, so what all the plan they are going to be executed, and what all the purchase organization, what all the purchasing group, storage location, material type, document type. So these are all like everything we have to address, right? So all the KDS first individual module wise we have to prepare it. So then there is one of the after this KDS is completed, so then only we are going to start the configurations. Okay, after the configuration is completed, then we have to prepare the configuration documents. So then I told you there is a UAT point of, you have to create the user manual document, then you have to give a training to end user. Finally there is a UAT test script, right? Based on the UAT test scripts, you have to update all the document, whatever the process the end user is executed, so that we have to record it, and wherever what all the process is success, failure and error, everything you have to update it. Okay, so that is what we are discuss about the one second. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about the deployment phase. Okay, so yeah, so this deployment phase, again, this is also one of the most crucial activity the consultant they are going to do. So this is mostly for the cutover activities. Okay, so how many of them knows what is cutover activities here? So cutover activity stands for uploading your master data. Okay, so before cutover activity, we have the discussion with customer. So what are all the data you want to upload into SAP? So for example, if you are into MM consultant, so you need to address what are the master data from your MM module. So already I have specified like a MM or material master, the VM or vendor masters. Short form I have updated. Okay, purchasing info record, service master, open PO, open purchase contract. So these are all the data you need to upload into SAP, but you need to confirm with this, your counterpart. So whether how much master data, like you identified number of material type, you identified number of BP group, account group, customer account group and all, right? So now you have to get the volume of records. So whether it is a 50,000 material we have, there are 10,000 plus customer master we have 7,000 plus vendor master we have, and we have a 2,500 plus service master we have, and we have the open purchase order, we have 1,500 plus open purchase order we have 1,000 plus open contract also is. So like that we need to address the list of master data plus open item from customer. So based on that, you need to upload the you have to execute the cutover activities. Okay, this is also most of the most important questions in your interview. So they will ask you, have you involved worked in cutover activities? Okay, could you tell me what all the roles and responsibilities you have performed, and what all the master data you have uploaded, and how many durations you have taken, how much time you taken for uploading this data, and what is the volume of records. So there are so many questions will arise. If you say I'm working in implementation project, then they will ask you about the cutover activities. Okay, so you have to ready to explain with individual module what all the master data, what all the open item, what is the tool you have used to upload this data into SAP S4 HANA, like that everything. This exposure I'm talking about explaining, this is not theoretical here. So everything you are going to migrate into SAP using migration cockpit tool. So without helping any other technical module consultant, you are a consultant, you are going to design the creating the project, you are downloading the template, you are uploading all your master data plus transaction data as a open item in your module. Okay, so this is more important. So next we are going to discuss about like your run phases. Okay, run phases, what we are going to do. Maybe here one point I have missed out here. Cutover activity, there are two different cutover activities. One is for the mock rehearsal cutover activities. Okay, mock rehearsal cutover activity. Second one is the production cutover activity. So why there are two different cutover activities, right? So because cutover activities, whatever data customer is giving, we cannot upload directly in the production system. So for that is the reason they have rehearsal cutover activities. Okay, so this rehearsal cutover activity is nothing but whether whatever data they have provided and we as a consultant we uploaded. So just a two-way matching, right? First level we are going to make sure whether the data we uploaded, whether it is everything's okay. The second, if they're agreed, if customer is approved, then only you are going to re-upload the data in your production system. Okay, so now we discussed the development system, quality system, production system, right? So quality system, we are not going to upload any the cutover activities. Okay, so cutover activities happen in the pre-production server and production server. So there are two different client in production system. One is for pre-production server, another one is for the production server. So this pre-production server, first you have to upload all your GL master, vendor master, customer master, and asset master, bank master, GL open item, customer open item, vendor open item, bank open item, asset open item. So all the data has to be uploaded in your pre-production system. That is called mock rehearsal cutover activities. So once you have uploaded all the data, then you have to get the confirmation from customer. So these data you provided, we have uploaded, please acknowledge. If the customer is agreed, your counterpart is approved, then only you have to upload in the production cutover activities. The same data you need to upload it. Maybe they are giving production, you use this particular file, so they will not give the same file. Maybe there is a, maybe they can add it, or maybe so they will give a separate file again. So that particular file, maybe they have a provided in the SharePoint, this you access for production, this particular file, then we used to upload it like that in the production system we have to upload. So there are two different cutover activities will be there. So these are all the interview point of view I'm talking. Okay, so once you worked in the implementation project, so these are all the area they will ask you, okay, about the cutover activities, and what is mock rehearsal, and what all the data you have uploaded, and what all the volume of records you have uploaded, and how many hours you have uploaded in mock rehearsal, how many days you have taken for the production cutover. These are all the interview questions also they will ask you. So until and otherwise, if you are not executed this cutover activity, so easily they will catch up, okay, you are not worked in the implementation projects. Okay, so I have given all the module cutover here, like SD module, we have a customer master, customer info record, open sales order, open sales contract. Same thing, PPQM also, bill of material, work center, routing, open production order. For PS model, we have a standard WBS, standard network, work center. And same thing, FICO model like vendor master, customer master, GL, asset, bank, GL opening balance, vendor opening balance, customer opening balance, asset opening balance, bank opening balance. And EWM also, we have a product master, business partner, supply chain unit, pack spec, transportation route, and production supply area, initial stock upload. Okay, this initial stock upload will come for MM module also. Okay, if there is no EWM, so then this will take care by MM module. Okay, so next we are going to go for the run phase. So this run phase is more important actually. So so till now whatever the consultant, we identified the business requirement, right? We talk about as is document, and we discussed about BPML. So based on the BPML, we have prepared the business blueprint. Based on the business blueprint, we have prepared the KDS. Based on the KDS, we have configured. Based on the KD and configuration, we have started unit testing, integration testing, user acceptance testing. So based on the UAT, then we are going to prepare the roles and authorizations. So based on the UAT, we have done the cutover activities. In cutover activities also, there are two different cutover activities. You will be involving. One is mock rehearsal in a pre-production server, and production cutover activities in the production server. So now your system, everything is ready, right? So next we are going for the run phases. Okay, what is run phases? So here we are going to execute the go live and support activity. So here the hypercare is going to be started. What is hypercare actually? So there is a 1 month support activity. Suppose Accenture is implementing SAP to HUL, maybe Hindustan Unilever Limited. So they will 1 month, whatever the issue which they are facing, maybe whatever the RISE object you have designed, and whatever the configurations you have done, whatever the approval workflow you have done. So there are so many challenges, so many kind of issues will rise. These kind of hypercare issues, maybe smart form issue, or enhancement issue, or interfaces issue, or configuration issue, or asset capitalization issue, any kind of business requirement, we need to give a support. So these exposure also you are going to get the exposure here. Okay, so these exposure also you are going to get the exposure, not only greenfield implementation, along with what all the support issues we used to get it. So that exposure also you are going to get it here, and this complete exposure will helpful to change your career into SAP S4 HANA material management, or sales and distribution, or finance and controlling, or production planning, or EWM consultant. Okay, so this is what we are going to do it here. So this 45 days time, you are going to shape you as a consultant. You are going to shape you are a consultant, and get into how we can able to jump into MNC company, how we can able to get as a SAP consultant job. So I'm getting 15,000, now I need to get maybe 6 lakhs, I need to get a 8 lakhs package. So consultant job is only we can get it, even though you have a 10 years experience in production, even though you have a 10 years experience in sales. So definitely your salary less than 50,000, but the same experience if you have, your salary will be 2 to 3 lakhs per month, I'm talking. Okay, so anyway, so if you have this complete end-to-end implementation exposure, and you migrate updated in your CV with the same greenfield implementation project, so then only your role is going to be changed. So until and otherwise, we have to just like viewer, right? Maybe so how you can able to migrate yourself as a consultant. And I'm already working as a support, maybe I am into SAP, but now I want maybe less than I could see in my previous project, the people who more than 7 to 8 years in SAP, they are a support consultant. That too, they are working in a very good company like a TCS, Infosys. So after this implementation project, your role is going to be changed. You can say that yes, I have implementation project experience, you give me an implementation project. So you can then only can able to travel across the multiple countries, right? So then only you will get benefit also. So just to going 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you are coming in a support activity, so they will not pay you very good salary. So until otherwise you are into SAP S4 HANA Greenfield implementation projects. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. So hope you have understood. So what all the deliverables and what all the activities, so which we are going to be discussed in these demo sessions. So so this is if who are all wants to change your career, yes, I want to do the implementation project, so and I want to make myself as a SAP consultant, I want to get into MNC company, so then this implementation project is required. So until and otherwise, then this program is yes, I want to change my career, then only you can this kind of project. But again, I'm telling you, this project is not, we are not going to do anything for you. So this project is driven by you. You are the day one, what I'm talking about, the scope document, BPML, business blueprint, fit to standard, KDS, configuration, unit testing, integration testing, user acceptance testing, roles and authorization, and cutover activities, mock rehearsal, production cutover activity, and the hypercare support. These are all 21 plus deliverables are there. So till now we are thinking about that. I know the configuration. I have studied my level 1 configuration. That is sufficient? No. That is, I'm telling out of 10, that is 1 point. So still there are 9 points, 9 more deliverables, I mean points which I have discussed. You know, there are so many activities which you need to deliver. So then only you will jump into the consultant role. Okay, so anyway, I done my demo session. If you have any questions, you can please raise me now. Yeah, thank you.